Welcome all you guys. You know, this is our first girls group. Ladies are fourth quarter. It's my friend Shay.
So,
Shay runs a little business, you know, up and coming. Entrepreneur, has done a lot for the city. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that, but
It's done a lot for me, that's for sure.
I'm working.
But yeah, he's so today we're gonna talk about grants, and he's applied for a couple grants, got them. He's gonna talk a little bit about himself, his background, his backstory, and kind of just grants in general. That's what today's gonna be about. So here and there, we're gonna try to bring in guest speakers, try to learn something, hang out, eat, blah blah blah. Do this every so often, so we could get something more consistent going on. So pass it off to Shay.
Cool. What's up, Shay? I don't really want to talk about me. I want to talk about you guys. Okay. So you work today, right? What did everybody else do?
I work at KFC.
Okay. Sick. Sorry. What's everybody's names? Ages, names. I'm Shay, 29. What's your name?
I'm Wella, 17.
Wella?
Wella.
Sorry?
W-E-L. So Wella.
Well. Okay. Well. 17. Okay.
My name's Seal.
A seal? Okay.
Sorry, I'm chewing.
You're good.
My name's Loud. She's 16.
I'm 17.
Okay.
My name's Lau.
Sorry, spell it for me.
L-U-W.
Okay.
And I'm 17.
Okay.
My name's Nayan, and I'm 17.
Nyan. Okay.
My name's Frida, and I'm 17.
Frida. Okay.
No, my name's Amira, and I'm 16.
Amira. Okay. So 16 and 17. All right. Cool. So are you guys like what grade? 11, 12?
Yeah, 11, 12.
12 and 10.
All 5 of us are grade 12 and 10.
Okay. All right. Do you guys know what you're like? I guess what you're aiming to do after high school, or yeah, what's everybody planning on doing? What do you guys want to do?
I'm debating between nursing or teaching.
Yeah.
I applied for teaching at the university through the credit program.
Yeah. Did you get a response yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Dental hygiene.
Dental hygiene.
Yeah, I put in dental hygiene as well.
Really? Okay.
Nursing? Practical nursing?
Okay. Why do you guys want to do that? Do you have a legit interest in it, or?
Yeah, I always wanted to be a nurse when I was younger. So.
Okay. You guys don't have to talk one at a time. Like, I just want to, you know.
I always had like a passion for healthcare as well.
Yeah.
And like I feel like it's beneficial, not only to myself but to like the world as well.
Yeah.
And teaching also goes both ways. It's very beneficial to the world.
Both ways. What do you mean?
Like it's also beneficial to myself and the world.
Okay.
Nice.
Got you.
A lot of people like have told me that I'd be a good teacher and stuff. I never really like listened to them
Mm-hmm.
because I thought that's not something I want to do. That was boring in school. But I did co-op like at a daycare. And, like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things that we can use to our advantage nowadays that we weren't really able to, you know, take advantage of when we were younger, coming up. I'm sure you guys know of ChatGPT, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys use it?
Sometimes yeah, it depends.
Sometimes how?
Like,
Talk to me.
and some questions like funny stuff.
Yeah.
But now there's like AI on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Right. That's what
I use my Snapchat AI.
Yeah.
Wait. How do you? Because I have seen the AI Snapchat. I've just never used it. I
Yeah, mine
couldn't be
not.
bothered.
Basically ChatGPT on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, just ask them.
Do you think it's
Why?
better?
Well,
I
it's
mean,
supposed to be
it's
really
more,
good. No,
like-
it used to be really good, but Snapchat, like, they did modifications to it
I
because
think we call
it would
it.
help people with homework, like, and stuff. So there's some things that they missed. So
So what would
Like,
what's the utility of AI on a platform like Snapchat? What's the point of that?
I feel like.
Wait. What are you gonna say?
What do you mean by the question?
Like, what's the point of AI being on Snapchat? Like, why?
Since like most teenagers are always on Snapchat, it's like quick access, like so you don't have to like say you need to search something up on Google. It's like your Google's right there.
So they're trying to just.
Right,
I feel like they're trying to get you to stay on the app.
On
I got you.
Yeah, especially like when you're doing homework, like you'll have
yeah.
the
You
Google
don't have to
app
go
open.
I got
but
you.
It's like now you're not exiting Snapchat at all. You're just
But-
constantly on the app.
AI is not only used for like asking questions. Like sometimes people actually need someone to talk to. who actually
Okay,
use
that's
AI. No, it's true.
yeah.
It's true. That's why I feel like that's the reason that they have it on there. Like,
Deep.
for,
Yeah.
That's deep. That is
It
deep.
does ask you like how you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Deep.
Yeah, it gives you advice if you ask for advice and stuff.
So
Yeah.
so basically, what you're saying, if you're feeling lonely, you could talk to AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
No,
not
'cause
gonna do that though.
when I
And
use
even-
my AI, I be like texting it. It's not
And
even
even
like
if you,
typing
like-
out something. I'm texting it like it's like a person on the other side.
Yeah.
You could also create it to look like an actual like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are
So
locked in on this one.
question, what would you, give me an example of how you would use AI to assist you with your homework?
You'll
Oh, I'd be like,
say it's like one of your homework question is like, oh, why is the earth flat?
Like what is so wrong with
You just say to one AI, why is the earth flat? And then it'll give you the answer literally right
Or like
there.
for English, you need help with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
topic.
Writing an
what to write
essay.
essay.
or like
Yeah.
what are some
Mhm.
essay topics? Like,
Yeah,
Or
like,
like how
what
to
are the
start.
argumentative points? Like it gives you a bunch of ideas, tells you answers.
Yeah.
But like you can't really use that in school anymore because AI is like detected. Like
Yeah.
yeah, they have like this thing where like they
teachers
can
can scan it and like make sure it'll tell you if it's AI detected on doing their stuff. Like then you can like.
Yeah, but then can't you just take that, go to Word, and just
That's a
Perf-
paraphrase.
You have to
Yeah.
paraphrase it,
But
yeah.
I feel like paraphrasing it would be like, because people put it into a paraphrasing tool, but I feel like it's better to paraphrase it on your own.
yourself, so it's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because before people were like legitimately just copying and pasting.
Everything.
Yeah, yeah.
What would I just say?
Yeah, yeah.
No, at one time I was at my locker and I heard this like Miss Hermitage. She was arguing with this girl. She was like, "Your whole essay is like AI detected. Like I put it through the thing." And she's like, "And like you can get apparently you can go on your record like."
Some people get suspended for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
So many.
You know what's crazy? Like back in high school, teachers would catch you for plagiarizing.
Yeah.
Like you think they would still catch you for AI without a detection. You know what I'm saying? For still plagiarizing.
No, it's pretty
Pretty
good.
advanced, I guess you could say.
I feel like both go hand to hand. Like they'll catch you.
Well, the beautiful thing about grants and things of this nature is they're not really looking for if your application is AI generated or not. With that being said, what you guys should learn to do, because this is going to get more integrated into your everyday life, right? What you should learn to do is how to use AI not necessarily as a place to get a specific answer from the AI, but to enhance your answer, right? And so when you go to apply for a grant or even like a scholarship, let's not talk grants, let's talk scholarships. That's more tangible to you guys right now, right? They're gonna ask you specific questions. Who are you? What do you do? Right? All of that, right? What you can do with, these different AI platforms is something called prompt engineering. Have you guys ever heard of that? What have you heard about prompt engineering?
I just heard the word.
The phrase? Okay. So essentially, let's say I say, write me a, 500-word essay on the most life-changing event that happened in your life, right? I'm like, damn, I don't want to write a 500-word essay on the most significant event. I need assistance. So I can go over to AI or whatever, we'll say ChatGPT, and I can ask what's going on, bro? I can ask the robot to write as a professional creative writer or a professional news reporter. I can basically give it a framework to work inside of, a mindset to work inside of, right? And from there, I can refine it and refine it and refine it even more to enhance my answer. So, for example, let's say the most significant event scenario, right? I can say, I can give. This is kind of hard to explain because I'm talking about it, but hopefully, like later on, we'll like have some actual practical practice. But I can say to the robot, to the AI, I want you to write as a news reporter. I'm going to give you a question that I'm going to give you a question that I have to answer as a part of my scholarship. It has to be 500 words. It has to be the most significant event in my life. I can then ask the AI if it understands. I can then ask the AI to ask me any clarifying questions or anything that may enhance the response it gives me. And then I can, submit it. It might ask me a bunch of questions it might ask me, oh, when were you born? How did this make you feel? What were the results of, this most significant life event? And then it will give me an answer, and I can take that answer and, paraphrase it, kind of like what you guys are saying. I say all of that to say, right, when you're going to grant write or when you're going to write your scholarships, right, really utilize, actually, I don't know, scholarships might be a little tricky. They might have the AI detectors too, right?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Anyway,
We'll still paraphrase.
yeah, we'll stick with the grants, right? When you go to write grants or when you're going to look for grants, they are always going to ask you for certain qualifications or certain attributes for you guys. You can take those attributes, ask the AI to write in a specific tone, in a specific framework, and really use it to your advantage. So, yeah, I did that last year, and in total grant money, I think I made $32,500 just from
Supply.
just applying. Really.
What's the name? I got a question. So how do you, for your process, how do you go about finding these grants?
Okay, great question. So, how I found out about the most significant grant was I was just a part of a business accelerator group where they help small businesses in the community try to do more and do better, right? And so, I don't know, I just met with a couple of their counselors, so to say, and then I was just on their newsletter. So I was in my email, came across it. I'm like, oh, this seems like an interesting thing to apply for. Applied for it. One thing led to another, and got it. I say that to say, with you guys, I hear a lot of dental hygienist stuff, nursing, teaching, all of that, right? Try to get involved in these pockets of communities that would have community events, or it's really a practice of networking, really, right? If you don't put yourself in the way of information, then the information will never get to you, right? And to be honest, nobody's really. Some people are looking for you to take the money, but nobody is actively looking for you, right? They might think oh, you said it was well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're oh, well, this might be a good fit for well, but nobody's knocking on your door, hey, there's a grant available. You get what I'm saying? So you really have to kind of put yourself out there, and two, kind of always be in the mix of whatever community that you're involved in or whatever community you're aspiring to be involved in order to find.
I want to ask, are you guys?
Sis has a question.
Also, I say, well, one of my teachers told me, volunteering. So,
Mhm.
say you want to be a teacher, ask, maybe your favorite teacher, to stay at her classes on Fridays, volunteer and stuff, or, volunteering at the hospital.
Mhm.
Because I seen something, one thing that, the hospital, now taking volunteers, but it's, limited.
Mhm.
So, just showing, your dedication, how much you want to, pursue that career, especially, if you're applying for scholarships, you can put, oh, every Wednesday from 5 to 10, I'm at the hospital volunteering to, make them, give you more of a reason to get this,
Yeah, to go off of that point, it's not so much, and this is something you will learn and that I've learned kind of going off on my own, it's not so much the hours you put in volunteering, it's getting familiar with people in that community. You get what I'm saying? So don't think that because you put in 60, 70, 80, 100 hours volunteering that you're deserving of a spot like in the hospital. It's not that. It's people becoming familiar with you and people becoming familiar with your character and knowing that, hey, if I do mention this person to somebody else, then they're not going to make me look like an idiot. Does that make sense?
So I want to ask, like, do you guys, like, in terms of networking, do you guys feel like you're scared to go out there and put yourself in front of those kind of groups?
What does that even look like? What would
Yeah.
that even look like to network? What would that look like? What would that look like? What would networking at 16 and 17 years old look like?
Honestly, I think it's kind of breaking out of your shell. That's a big thing. Like, at that age, I don't think I was that confident enough to go out into events or looking for these events to kind of like meet people. So that's what I'm trying to ask you guys. Are you guys scared to go out to these events? Is it just hard finding these events?
Do you guys have events? Like, do you guys have any opportunities to, I guess, meet people who are kind of aspiring?
Yeah, we have many field trips based on like finding people like in those certain careers, especially like people that look like us. We had like a whole like event for it, and we got their business cards and everything. But we just didn't take the time to reach out to them.
For people older or same age?
Oh no, they're older.
So what events do you guys have where you can kind of like, I know you were saying the doctors one, I want to say?
Yeah.
Basically, we're in a CYF program at school.
Oh, okay. Wow, they still have that?
Yeah, and
Amazing. That's good.
so we went to the WFCU center, and it was like this university health event
Yeah.
there was a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs. We met hairstylists. We met business people. John Elliott was there.
Yeah.
We had police officers as well.
Yeah.
And basically they were letting us ask questions about like things that we wanted to do, and how they got to where they're at. And stuff.
Okay. Okay. What about outside of, the CYF is kind of like a school, right? Is there anything outside of school that I guess is like a place where you can kind of rub shoulders with these kinds of people? Or?
We are at Stag, like there's a girls group at Stag that we have, and John, he like brings us to he brings people to talk to us. We also go to like St. Clair field trips.
Yeah. Question. So you were saying that you want to be like an early elementary.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know any teachers? Like
high school teachers, yeah, like
any teachers?
yeah.
High school, grade school? Yeah? Okay. So the easiest way and the most tangible way that I think that you guys can like do tomorrow, anywhere you go, okay? Especially the places where you go there often, okay? Pay attention to a person's name and who they are. Like, make it a point to ask somebody, hey, what's your name? And remember it, because the next time you go to that place and you're like, oh, what's up, Susan? And I'm like, oh, you remember my name. What's your name? You get what I'm saying? And when you do that with people at a convenience store or the bus driver or really anywhere that you're just like going about your day, it'll become way easier for you to do when you come across somebody who's a lawyer or a doctor. Get what I'm saying? Right? And again, it's just a thing of, it's not necessarily the amount of hours that you're working in one specific location. It's them becoming personable and building a relationship with you, right? So yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're close to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to leave it something on this note. So there's essentially there's two different types of grants, right? There's for-profit, which is what Shay's doing, and there's nonprofit, which is kind of what this is, you know, an organization where we're kind of trying to teach, right? So for nonprofit grants, there's not as much as there is for profit. So it's kind of harder to find. I'm gonna give you guys some templates and some ways to go about kind of trying to figure out and finding these grants. So down the line, maybe in your future, if you want to start a nonprofit organization or you want to start a business, like for-profit grants, there's a lot more grants out there and it's a lot easier to find, and there's a lot of organizations within the city. Shay could probably talk about some of these organizations, and especially coming from your background, it's very accessible and it's a lot easier. So we want you guys to take advantage of this, you know what I'm saying? So Shay, you want to go a little bit about some of the organizations you've kind of worked with or got in touch with?
Yeah. So obviously my stuff is more business oriented, right? So one big one is We Tech Alliance, and they're basically, have you guys ever heard of them before? We Tech? Yeah, they're a tech group at the university, like that's where their HQ is, but they really try to help tech-based businesses and entrepreneurs, you know, get funding and really just, man, they help with a lot of stuff like HR policy, just getting small businesses rolling and filling in the gaps and making sure all your blind spots are covered, for lack of a better term. Another is the Downtown Business Accelerator. There's a couple of them, but basically they do the same thing. They help out businesses in the core of downtown Windsor to kind of get rolling and get more awareness too. But again, like I said, it's really just about the specific community that you're aspiring to be a part of, and you know, just finding out who they are, where they are, what they want, you know, and really just getting involved with them. It doesn't really make too much sense for me to go into extensive detail about the people I've connected with, because unless you're going to be an entrepreneur, it doesn't really matter. It sounds more so you guys want to be, you know, post-secondary, which is great, right? So with that being said, if you can find out, like, do you guys know what university or colleges you guys are going to?
University of Windsor.
Yeah, we're all staying pretty local. Here.
Yeah, here? Yeah, so I don't know, link up with some of these teachers or whatever. It'd be cool to, it would actually be super cool to find out who the teachers are who are teaching like dental hygiene and things like that. You'd actually be very surprised that a lot of these professors and teachers, they actually work 2 jobs. So I know that there's one who's a college professor, but he's also a bartender. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Miss Mello.
Yeah.
The gym teacher works at a restaurant.
Exactly. So when you get real familiar with them, right, then the easier they'll bring up your name, the easier they'll tell you a little bit of information. And again, nobody's necessarily looking to give you things, but it's about you putting yourself in the way to receive that information.
Got one last question for you. Have you, like, I know you've connected with a lot of people, and has confidence always come to you, or was it something you kind of grew into?
Frick. Confidence is definitely something that I grew into. But yeah, I would say like I actually knew myself, quote unquote, when I turned 19. I turned 19. So all throughout high school, I was really trying to like, I don't know, not like act differently than who I like truly was. But I don't know, you guys are growing, you know, you're still learning about yourselves and all of that. I don't want this to be cliche, what I'm about to say, but honestly, how I developed my confidence was really, you just gotta really love yourself. And what I mean by that is really go home, write down on a piece of paper what you like, right? In terms of food, colors, music, anything that you truly like. Like me for example, I actually really like rock and roll. Like it's a dope genre. So sometimes
I like it too.
sometimes I'll be driving. I'll turn on, some System of a Down. I don't care who's in the car with me, right? But we're all listening to some rock and roll. I don't care what they say. Like, just something I like, right? Write down what you like, what you want for yourself, and don't waver for anybody. That's where you can truly kind of develop this mentality of like, I got myself. No matter what circumstance I'm in, no matter what life may throw at me. So yeah, confidence was something I definitely grew into. You guys will grow into it also if you don't have it already. And I mean like, I mean like a true confidence. I mean the confidence where you could have $0 in your bank account. You could have no makeup on, no hair, dusty shoes. You feel me? But I'm for real. I'm serious though. Like that's true confidence, right? Where you can just like walk down the street and you're just like, yo, doesn't matter what may happen, and there may be another pandemic coming, but I'm good, right? So confidence definitely will come, but also keep God like numero uno, and I mean Jesus. I'm not talking about any other God. I gotta be specific. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Not playing around. Keep Jesus number one. Actually have an active prayer life. Pay attention to your dreams 100%. There's no such thing as coincidence. And when you do come across, I put it this way, when you do start praying to Jesus and you come across these quote unquote coincidences a lot, you'll start to realize that they're not actually coincidences. They're Jesus trying to direct you in a certain way, and that will actually develop your confidence even more in yourself and in him. And then again, it's just like, yeah, life could throw the whole bathwater sink kitchen at you, and you're like, yo, if God's on my side, I'm a walking dub. I'm a walking W. So yeah, that's it.
What about you guys? You guys feel like you know yourself, or just still growing into yourself?
Yeah, because we haven't been like exposed to that. Like,
Yeah, because you guys are always within your own core. You haven't exposed outside of your core. So
I'm still finding herself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'll come. Yeah. What do you guys? In what area? If you don't mind me asking, if this is like super personal, don't answer, right? But what areas do you think you could build up more in order to develop that like true confidence?
ooh, good question. It could be public speaking, like
I'll tell you something with me. What was a big thing, and I had a paradigm shift when this clicked for me. So I went to Riverside in high school. For the first semester of grade 9, I went to Forster. Do you guys remember Forster? Yeah. I went to Forster, and then I transferred to Riverside, and Riverside's a European all-white school, right? So I didn't know I was doing this while I was in high school, but I was really trying to like click up with the white people. Like, that's the best way I can say it. Like, I wanted to be at their parties, kind of dress like them, all of that. And when I wasn't being accepted in the way that I wanted to be accepted, I was thinking like, yo, what's wrong with me? Like, why don't people want to, hang out with me? Anyway, after high school, and I'll say like maybe a year or two later, is honestly when I started linking up with Taco and like Majak. You guys know Majak? Yeah, Majak, Adu, all them people, Devo, is when they just naturally kind of like accepted me. And I realized I don't even like these, like, I don't even like these people. I don't even like their style, I don't like their food, right? I like what I like. Nah, for real. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
being
yeah.
honest.
Talk your truth.
Yeah, I'm being honest. But it was a thing of like, I really just realized that when you don't have to try. With people who really love you and like you and they accept you for who you are, you don't gotta try. You don't have to put in an effort for anything, right? And honestly, that also adds to your confidence a little bit too. But yeah, it was the loving yourself. That was the thing for me, for sure, where I had a massive paradigm shift. When that clicked for me, like, oh, by the way, you'll only develop that like true confidence when you have a period of time being by yourself. Like by yourself, I mean, you don't have like somebody to call to vent to. You don't have a mom or a dad that you can kind of like bounce things off of. You really have to sit with yourself and sit with your thoughts to understand you, And it wasn't until I did that, I'm like, damn, man, let me sit here, think, why do I act like this when this happens? Why do I think like this when that happens?
Self-reflection.
Yeah, you really got to sit there with yourself and get the answers for you, about you, And until you do that, I think you gotta go through that to develop that that true self-confidence. But that was my thing. And when that happened, holy smokes, it was a game changer, night and day. Like my relationships, like changed. I mean, with girls, they changed. I mean, with guys, they changed. And by guys, I mean, men. We have this type of like respect that it's not talked about, but you kind of just know. Get what I'm saying? You kind of know if you're like on the same level as somebody, or if they think you're kind of better than them, or vice versa, right? That changed for me too. The relationship with my parents changed. My mom, I should be more specific. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but yeah. Hope you took something from that.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that was good.
You guys got anything, anything from me? Any questions or? No?
You guys got me for a while, so I'll go more in deep later on. You feel me? You guys got me for a while. This guy was great. He's going to be here more often.
Yeah.
All right, that was dope.